Hookup on Music with your host, Tony Bird.
And I enter the room. Hello, everybody. My name is Tony, and this is the Hookup on Music. And we are here on this Friday to give thanks because this next week ahead is Thanksgiving, where personally I'd like to give nothing more but the thanks to all the great music that we've talked about for the first 94 episodes of this show. And we're going to continue on tonight with episode number 95. We are so glad you are here with us. Please, 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 please leave some comments in the comment section. If you would ever like to come on and join, I would talk to you or anybody about any type of music. So please, 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 the show is always open to open conversations about music. And we're going to have a lot of good conversations tonight. We're going to jump right in because, well, why wait? I am excited to talk about the things that we are crossing tonight on this musical bridge. What we have in store is quite a bit. So, why wait? And let's get started. New releases. Yeah, that's why we're always here. We start with some new releases, and you're saying to yourself, who came out with albums? Well, once if I was to tell you someone came out with an album just a couple hours ago, you would be like, who did that? Kendrick Lamar, GNX, brand new album. Just released today, which you're saying to yourself, I didn't know he had an album. You didn't tell us he was having an album hookup on music. What's going on? I didn't know about it. Not many people did. But just like that, guess what ends up happening? It drops. It drops today. GNX dropped a 44-minute brand new 6th studio album by Kendrick Lamar. Some people who I've seen listen to it, I've heard positives. I have not put those headphones on and blasted it yet, but interesting to dig into this one because really cool is that Jack Antonoff produced this album. And you're like, who's Jack Antonoff? He was part of a little bit of an indie rock band called Fun. He was also produced lots of artists from Taylor Swift and Lorde to Lana Del Rey and St. Vincent. Interesting to hear him because he is in Bleachers. Going to be really interesting to hear this album. If you've listened to it, we are definitely going to be curious to what you think. Was just really shocked, kind of an unplanned release for the week, which is, well, I don't want to say I hate unplanned releases because anything that's awesome that's planned, especially after a long week, if you've had one like I've had, it's definitely going to do you do you good. Just like this next artist we're going to cover. They're called a little band called The Dip. Just came on to The Dip. I love dip, cheese dip, but this is a musical band called The Dip. Real smooth.
My girl.
Go. If you get an opportunity to hear this track called Fill My Cup, it is really, really good. And if you've, again, as I've been alluding to, long weeks, had one of those, had a long week, definitely interesting song. They're a funk, rhythm, and blues band that was formed in 2013 as students at the University of Washington. Really great instrumentation mixed with a 3-part horn section. If you get a 3-part horn section going in any artist or any band, you're definitely going to sign up us here at the Hookup because we love the horns and there's just not enough of them. So to see that the Dip is dipping into those horns, really, really cool. But lead vocalist and guitarist Tom Eddy, Jared Katz on drums, Mark Hunter on bass guitar, Brendan Carter on trumpet, Levi Gillis on tenor saxophone, and Evan Smith on baritone sax make up the Dip. Love Direction is their newest album, which dropped in July of this year. They do have 3 other albums. I love the name of their second album, The Dip Delivers. Just getting started on these guys. So if you get an opportunity and you're looking for something a little bit different, a little bit maybe something that is not what's the word I'm looking for, your average band, it sounds like something that could stretch out a little bit, maybe live. I'm not sure. I haven't dug into a lot of their live stuff, but I'm going to be curious because you're definitely going to what's the word I'm looking for? I definitely get excited by bands like this. But yeah, if you have not checked out the dip, check out the dip. Uh Curious recently as I was thinking about Jerry Garcia. Okay. Jerry Garcia was in the Grateful Dead, but we've talked about the Grateful Dead on here multiple times. But oftentimes, which we're going to start to dig into, artists in famous bands start to come out with maybe solo projects. The Jerry Garcia band, okay, founded in 1975. Um, Garcia was likened this to a very, very, very important side project, which is cool when you think about it, because anything I'm sure Jerry thought was cool, you would definitely thought. Um, the Garcia side band actual's history repertoire actually began with local club gigs in 1970, which is interesting because John Fogerty's brother, Tom Fogerty, yeah, Tom Fogerty from Creedence, he did some time in 71 to 72 playing in this band. But you had Bill Kreutzmann, who was actually part of the Dead, in playing, but just so many indications. John Kahn on bass. Um, if you really think about it, John Kahn was he was there from the beginning, and John Kahn was there till the end. So when you say to yourself, this John Kahn character, he definitely important character on the bass, but just all around Garcia in general. When you step away from the Dead and some of the music that he was putting out in this band, if you are looking on line and watching live, you can see a really cool hat of John Kahn. But even cooler is just the music that Garcia put out, even outside of the Grateful Dead, like this track, "The Wheel." Man, if you get a chance, dig into the Jerry Garcia band, especially the live stuff. I mean, of course, you can go to the studio, but you dig into some of these live albums, you're not going to be disappointed at all. In 1978, Cats Under the Stars is actually the only studio album by the Jerry Garcia band. So if you were thinking that you were going to be listening to quite a lot of that, you just were not. There was only one studio album, which is interesting. He did release that track that I played before, was just on a solo album called Jerry Garcia. This was the Jerry Garcia band, which heard a lot of crazy stories about the Jerry Garcia band. I mean, the Jerry Garcia band was willing just to play anywhere, which is a really good kinship to saying, okay, you know what, we're in it here to rock and or jam or whatever you want to say. And it also sounded like the Garcia needed the extra money for all the extracurricular activities that he liked to partake in. But definitely Cats Under the Stars is not a bad studio album by any chance, but definitely the live stuff is where you're going to definitely even hear more of just what you really want to hear. 1991's the Jerry Garcia band album. Okay, this was the very first live album that they released, which is crazy. It took 14 years to release this album. But again, I mean, we were talking about John Kahn. Okay, sadly, John Kahn passed away at 48 in 1996, which is crazy because Garcia passed away in 1995. John Kahn was only 48 years old. Crazy, just like Garcia, passed away of just really but again, that's what this band was. Okay, they were a band of musicians, and a band of very talented musicians. And honestly, I like to look a little bit deeper, like at some of these bands. So check out the Jerry Garcia band if you can. But honestly, lately, this is where I've been getting a lot of my heavy. Oh yeah, if you have not heard of these guys, you are definitely missing out. Okay. Kublai Khan, Texas is a really, 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 really awesome metalcore band. And honestly, I've always been a huge fan of metalcore. Um, Bands like All Out War and Hatebreed. These were albums that definitely I would spin along with, your Panteras and your Slayers and your Sepulturas. But when I heard these guys in this last album of theirs, Supreme Ruler. Okay. What's cool is you're saying these guys got 11 albums since 2017. You know, I salute you, Kublai. If I'm not pronouncing Kublai Khan, definitely awesome, awesome, awesome. Just all around, Matt Honeycutt, Nolan Ashley, Eric English, and Isaac Lamb. Definitely make up a band that is bringing it. From asking my good friends who have seen them definitely state that they put on a show of shows, which we all like a show of shows, and definitely they have no problem, I guess, putting on a show of shows. This is definitely a show of shows that I would definitely not miss out if I had the opportunity, because it definitely sees. I've always liked the real heavy but slow, and this is like do do do. Honestly, I could really get into this, and I have been lately. And like I stated, this last album is definitely something that is just sticking into my musical, which is crazy because you're saying to yourself, you just talked about Jerry Garcia band. You really listen to both of those at the same time? I sure do. You're talking to someone who really likes to switch it up. Okay. But this Supreme Ruler off of the Exhibition of Prowess album, this album is really, really good. Track called X. I don't believe, though, they're talking about or maybe they are. I don't know. I haven't read deeper into the lyrics to think that maybe it has something to do with an app, but I don't think that's what's about. Theory of Mind, Mud, Low Tech, A Hopeless Fate with Jamie Josta. You may say to yourself, who is Jamie Josta? Jamie Josta's in Hatebreed, which is again a band that is honestly really one of my favorites. But back to Kublai Khan, newer band. You know what I mean? They haven't been around, super, super long. They've been around only since 2009, which I guess 15 years. I'm sorry, Kublai Khan, if 15 years is long, to me, I think you guys got about another 70 years to go. I can't wait to keep seeing you guys, and definitely want to catch you on this new tour, because Nolan Ashley's guitar is just like, I could imagine hearing that loud. It's going to be all up in your face. Do a good job. So check those guys out. Looking for something heavy, very heavy, or you're looking to dig back into the past. Okay, you take a band like The Who, which we could probably spread out into 95 episodes, little different stories here and there. But what we like to do is taste this, taste that, come back, come here, come there. My Generation is the debut studio album from The Who, and tonight we're going to dig into the first couple albums by The Who, and really kind of how these first couple albums, even in 65, is in 66 and 67 and 68 and 69, all these beginning albums of The Who definitely were presaging of various hard rock styles, of punk and heavy metal. But this debut album, I mean, everyone's familiar with My Generation. If you're not familiar with My Generation, you should be, because definitely is an important rock song. But songs like The Kids Are All Right, an excellent example of excellent songwriting by Pete Townsend, but definitely at 245, definitely is a song that sticks in your head. Townsend assessed back in 2000 that when he wrote the song, he was nothing but a kid. But guess what ends up happening? He took chances in a marriage with the wife. He took some stuff. He drank some booze, and there was almost nothing that I didn't try to use. And somehow I'm all right. Very interesting. John Entwistle passed away. Definitely was a very big inspiration to the song. I mean, his bass players playing's all over this album. The Ox which is an amazing instrumental from the album, 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Um, Rolling Stones' John Swenson described the Ox to be sonic marvels of the time, with Townsend using some excellent feedback technique. When you really think about it, Pete Townsend is amazing with that kind of technique. Um, Even more amazing is thinking just of uh, Keith Moon and what Keith Moon's bringing in some of these songs too. You know what I mean? We could talk about the Who all day long and just never ever actually ever talk about even, you know what I mean? Somebody like what's the word I'm looking for? Not talk about somebody like Roger Daltrey, who is an amazing vocalist. Can't believe I couldn't think off the top of my head Roger Daltrey. But yes, Roger Daltrey is a amazing frontman. Often think of what would the Who have been like, and I brought this up before as a three-piece. But these early tracks are amazing. Honestly, if you have not listened to the compilation 30 Years of Maximum R&B, remember a really great box set. I really like it. Starts off with a good 6-7 tracks of the pre-days, before my generation. You know what I mean? But in 66, a quick one, which we've talked about on the show, is great. 67, okay. The Who Sell Out. Okay, excellent little album put together by pretty much songs that are amazing, like Tattoo, little commercials. One of my favorite tracks with I Can See for Miles, which is heavy in a certain way, and the vocals are really reminiscent of you know, reminiscent of things like um the Beach Boys vocal larynx or the Beatles and their larynx of the vocals. The way a vocal can layer and sound, I can see from my, and it's like Townsend and Daltrey, and you can hear a bunch of different things, and Entwistle. Entwistle's backing vocals were super important on these beginning albums. But another interesting little piece of history from a band that has had still playing. There is no word that they're not going to play anymore. Nobody knows when their last days are, but again, I can imagine that the Who will go on until they just can't go on anymore. Daltrey is doing a solo tour and has been for a while. Check them out. Unfortunately, it's just Daltrey and Townsend left, but if they ever come back to town, I'm gonna try to get there. This week, out and about in my daily work, I saw someone wearing an Al Green shirt. And you know what I said? I said, we got to get together here. Let's together. Man, we're starting to get into a little bit of Thanksgiving, okay? And when you get together with people in Thanksgiving, and definitely who I would have liked to get together with who I would have loved to get together with on Thanksgiving is the amazing Al Green, or should I say Albert Green, born 1946. Got the really lucky opportunity in 2000 to be at Soldier Field and seeing the Dave Matthews Band, and they did a cover of one of Al's tracks, "Take Me to the River." And guess who they brought out on the stage? Mr. Al Green himself. Couldn't have wrote a better what's the word I'm looking for, just a really better togetherness with a couple of artists in Mr. Al Green and Dave coming together for this track. But back to Al Green, we're not here to talk about that collaboration. We're talking here to talk about how he's one of the 100 greatest artists of all time on lots of lists, one of the greatest singers of all time on lots of lists. On my list, he's definitely in the top. Definitely got to be in the top 20. Okay, I'm curious if I ever say that so many times they're going to count the 20s, but he's got to be in the top 20. I mean, he's got to be. Really though, is his success. Okay, he had for a while getting started was trying to sing like Sam Cooke and Wilson Pickett and James Brown, but then what he ended up doing is he got a vocal mentor, and his mentor said, find your own voice. Don't try to be like these other guys. That's what we always try to say is let's find our own voice. And that's why his fourth album, Let's Stay Together. I mean, by this point, he's gliding, he's cooking. Okay. How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? Cover of the Bee Gees? I mean, come on now, Al. We know you are amazing, and that's just a kicking track. Love is I Can't Get Next to You. Tired of Being Alone? I mean, Tired of Being Alone in itself, I'll never forget hearing it for the first time on one of those 90s infomercials where it had songs together. And I said to myself, Self, you need to get some Al Green in your life. And definitely I have continually, almost daily, get my intake of Al Green. Because if I didn't, I could see, I could go up to somebody and they could be like this.
I'm not mad.
I promise. I promised. I definitely listened to my Al Green, sir. But that being said, Al is special. Al is awesome. And Al is definitely something that if you're getting together for the holidays, tired of being alone, that might be a good one to put on because you don't want to be alone on Thanksgiving. You want to be jamming with friends, jamming with loved ones. It's a time of togetherness. It's a time of feeling, what's the word I'm looking for? Just all around in a good state and a good frame. So definitely check out some Al Green. Okay. A little bit here. We are here to talk thanks. We are here to give thanks. We are here today to talk about the great Thanksgiving holiday, which always usually comes together with great food. But definitely, we are here today to talk about some music. What are we going to be playing on Thanksgiving? What's there to play? We just honestly, there's so much stuff that you could be playing on Thanksgiving. We could be 95 worth of episodes we've talked about on this show. Okay. Which again, I don't know if you have the time to go through all of that, but I would really appreciate it. You could pick any songs of those, or right now we got some songs that you may want to listen to on Thanksgiving. Going through some research and doing some of this and a little bit of that. It has come to my attention that there are, we did do the 31 days. You could still go back. Okay. On Thanksgiving, I'm going to drop that 31 days of horror music playlist that I put together with those great articles if you could go back and read. But that being said, what are some Thanksgiving songs? Well, I guess the first thing I didn't even think of when doing research for this is that Thanksgiving songs should definitely have something to do with, well, thanks. Okay. Thanksgiving Day by Ray Davies. Great lyrics. Thanks for our health and thanks for our hearth. Very interesting. If you're not familiar with what hearth is, can you believe it, folks? It cut out again. I know it's crazy. I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen tonight for the hookup on music. But again, what was I stating? A great, 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 great track. As I was saying, is the Ray Davis song. Bing Crosby, I've got plenty to be thankful for, is another really, really good song. If you have the time, that would be a really, really good one to check out. I would if I were you. You know, always coming together to give thanks and to rock is definitely what we like to do, and have a little bit of turkey up, maybe play a little bit of guitar too. But going more through the list, usually it's thankful songs that you are thankful for that make this whole entire thing go around, so to speak. So another song that I really, really enjoy, and a song that definitely, definitely, definitely shows you a little bit of thanks, is the amazing, amazing. So I think the main key here is to, well, be thankful for what we have and what we are listening to. And honestly, just being with good friends. But Country Bumpkin by Cal Smith. Not a Thanksgiving song, but Country Bumpkin sounds like it. The Shins uh definitely have a song called Young Pilgrim. Very interesting title. Gobble Gobble by Matthew West. Okay. There's some songs about food. Stretchy Pants by Carrie Underwood. Never thought I'd say Carrie Underwood on this show, folks, but we have said it here with a track called Stretchy Pants. The Beatles. Wild Honey Pie. Honey Pie. Honey Pie. You hear that song? Ridiculous, ridiculous track right there by the Beatles. But a good one for Thanksgiving. Um, Bob Dylan off of the Peck Era Billy the Kid Turkey Chase. Was unfamiliar before doing this that Dylan had a song with turkey in the title. Even though most artists do release turkeys, but they actually have a track called Turkey. Or James Brown do the mashed potatoes. Be Ray Charles and bring sweet potato pie. That's a good one. Which is always really good. What desserts are you having out there for your amazing, amazing Thanksgiving? I will be having lots of desserts. I will be having a little gratitude. Great Earth, Wind, and Fire, which that's what Thanksgiving is about too. Being gratitude. That's why I played Sam and Dave. Okay. The lyrics. You didn't have to love me like you did, but you did, but you did. I thank you. And that's what I am here tonight. I'm thanking you tonight, today, whenever you're listening to this for jamming with us. Love digging into cool Halloween music. Love digging into cool Thanksgiving music. I'm gonna love when I come back next month at the beginning of December and we start digging into some Christmas music. What kind of Christmas music? Who knows? I already know there are lots of Christmas songs I have not talked about on the show, and maybe I'll find some that I like, because honestly, that's not my favorite category in any regard. But you know what I said to myself? I say to myself, self, there is always more to cover here. So before we roll out here, okay, because today is Friday, we're going to cover a little bit more on the new release section, because to be fair, we're going, and we said to ourselves, we're going to make this new thing like a sandwich here today. If you are familiar or not familiar, we have talked about before on the show Father John Misty's brand new album. It is here, Mahasha Mashana. And honestly, this track, She Cleans Up, track 2, is really, really blowing up in our speakers. You too decided to re-release How to Dismantle a Bomb with some extra tracks. The extra song I heard was not that bad. Just really crazy. Wicked's coming out. If you are a fan of Wicked, I am curious if that song is, well, any good. So you're going to have to let me know on that, because technically that is not always something that you will see me listening to. But if you are, definitely need to dig into that. As we dig deeper into the Linkin Park album, there's some catchy stuff on there. successful. A lot of albums being sold, tours being booked. I have heard Mike Shenandoah talk about touring with everyone from Blink 182 to My Chemical Romance. Curious to see what's going to be on their front for the next couple of years or how quickly they spit out albums. But you know what? It's awesome. It's awesome when bands play, even if you don't like their music. We need artists to keep playing. Really, really good artists, awesome artists. Lots of cool stuff coming up. Tonight, if you are listening to this right when it is released, it's in a little while, which is a little while to me. Is about 5:30 should be released, right around there. You will stick around later, please. At 8, we are having the amazing Friendsgiving Film Festival. It's going to be great. Lots of 6 guests, all picking something we're going to talk about. Going to be great. Check that out. That's at 8 p.m. Also, check out everything else that we got going on at the website, sadisticpenguinstudios.com. Check out, I think this Tuesday we're going to have an It's Getting Drafty in here. That's going to be amazing, talking about another amazing Thanksgiving food draft, I believe. I honestly want to say something again. I'm not here if you're not there. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you so much for sticking around. If this is going to be you on the holidays, sorry, Perry, again for playing that. Don't fight your family. Just sit back, listen to some tunes, keep jamming. Football's on. And guess what? You will be having a good time because you will be rocking and rolling and you will be in the rock zone. I am sorry for the couple pauses tonight. If you've stuck through the whole 33 minutes, I appreciate it. We appreciate it here. We can't wait to see you in December. We can't wait to share all the awesome stuff coming up. So please, everyone out there, have a really, really great night, great day, have a great weekend, have a great Thanksgiving. Next week, we will be taking the week off, and we will be seeing you soon on the other end in December with lots and lots of awesome stuff. Take care, everybody. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Thank you for listening. Please look out for the audio version wherever you jam.